Hello YouTube. It is I, Lisa, and today is Thursday, January 29th. I am in the car driving, but I'm stopped at a red light right now, and I do have my seatbelt on. But I wanted to do this now because I know that my night is just going to be kind of crazy once I get home from work. And I didn't want to make an excuse as to why I cannot or will not keep up with my vlogging. So I've decided to incorporate my vlogging into my daily life. So you'll see more videos to come of my daily life, because I feel like that is the best way to incorporate it and to hold myself accountable for actually doing it. So welcome to activity number 2, driving a car. Yes. So I wanted to post a video today because I had my 3-year post-op appointment, and I actually did this video once before already today, but my phone ate it. So I wanted to do it again. I had my 3-year post-op appointment today, and number one, I was 173 pounds at the doctor's office this morning, but I was 169 on my scale. So we're gonna go with my scale because that's the one that's not 45 miles away. Also, a couple things that I brought up to my surgeon. Number one, I thought I had stretched my my sleeve. I call him Steve the sleeve. It's very catchy, I know. And so I requested that my surgeon do an upper GI with a barium swallow, and they did do that. And Steve is just as teeny tiny as he ever was, so that's a good thing. But I did raise my concerns about the weight gain to my surgeon. And of course, you know, we went through the usual questions. Are you waiting 30 minutes after your meals to drink? Are you making sure you eat your protein first? Are you, you know, eating, are you grazing? The usual questions. And after answering all of his questions, basically what he told me, and I thought that this was really good, was that basically a lot of people are overweight, and it has a lot to do with genetics. Some people it's diet, and others it's genetic. But what he told me was that even though I've lost the weight, and I've crossed that one, my genetics are designed to be active. So essentially what he told me is that my body is going to do whatever it can to hold on to the extra weight and to make it back, and I've got to work twice as hard to keep it off. So I thought that was really a good thing, because it kind of put some things in perspective. You know, he's absolutely right. I was overweight for 25 years, and my body is used to being overweight, so that kind of made sense. And another thing that he told me was that, you know, my lowest weight, which was 145, was during my first year of surgery, and that was actually kind of a boomerang point for me, because at that point in my weight loss, I was uncomfortable at that weight, and I was actively trying to stop the weight loss, and trying to get to a healthy maintenance point. So I kind of did a little slingshot and slingshotted myself back up to a weight that's comfortable. Something else that he told me today was, even though I have gained a little bit of the weight back, he reminded me to look at where I started and look at how far I've come, and reminded me that if you don't enjoy the journey, then what's it all about? Like, what's the point? And he very poignantly said that, you know, there is no finish line. There is no stopping. You can't just get to maintenance and then give up. You have to constantly be vigilant and constantly be aware. So when I showed him a picture of a meal that I had made, and I took a picture because I wanted a visual of how much I was capable of eating, the first thing he pointed out was that I'm putting too much on my plate. I'm filling my plate like a normal person, and I'm not a normal person. Granted, I'm not eating everything on my plate. I'm still only able to eat about 4 to 6 ounces at a time, but I shouldn't be filling my plate like a normal person. So he issued me a challenge and told me to put as much food on my plate as I'm able to eat. And the challenge is to be able to clear my plate at every meal without feeling full. Because one of the ways to stretch your sleeve is, of course, overeating. And if you get to the point where you are full, you've most likely already overeaten. He said to eat enough to where I'm not hungry, but not to get to the point where I feel full, because at that point it's already too late. So I thought that was a really good challenge, and I'm definitely going to start doing that starting tonight when I eat, my next meal. The other thing that he told me was, because I was concerned that I'm constantly hungry and I eat every 2 hours, and granted, my snacking has gotten better. It's no longer the Ruffles cheddar and sour cream potato chips. Instead, it's a 100-calorie pack of almonds. But he did, tell me to be vigilant about what I am snacking on. So just make healthy choices. He said, I don't care if you're eating 5 meals a day, but you need to make sure that what you're putting in your mouth is basically, I can't remember the exact terminology that he used, but basically what he said is that, just make sure that it's nutritious, because you're not getting, the same amount of nutrients that you were getting before. So you need to make every bite count. So that was pretty much it. I mean, he didn't really seem too concerned about the 20 pounds that I've gained back. I did kind of share with him my theory about my birth control and how I'm able to eat more around that time of the month when my hormones are more active. And he did say that that's completely normal. A lot of women report that they can eat more around that time of the month. And then, of course, he's a doctor, so he did point out the statistics about birth control and weight gain, which I already knew, but some part of me thought, well, I've got the sleeve, I don't eat that much as it is, it's not going to happen to me again. So hopefully, once I get my birth control taken out on the 2nd or the 4th or whatever day it is, it will be easier to lose the weight that I've regained. So we'll see. I'll update you more on that. But I am going to start a new exercise program and a 24-day challenge with my very good friend, my personal trainer, Rich, Making Champs Massa, M-A-S-S-A. You can find him on Facebook. He is an advocate and is a distributor for Advocare as well, but he's also a really amazing personal trainer, and he worked with me pre-surgery to try and help me to get healthy without having to go through surgery. So the entire 6 months that I was on my pre-op diet, I worked out with Rich and followed his meal plans and took his advice, and he was so wonderful with me and did everything he could, and still supported me after the surgery, and still trained me after the surgery and helped me to tone the areas that need to be toned, which of course, after being stretched for so long, it's never going to fully tone. But he's an amazing, amazing guy. He posts tons of motivational, inspirational, and educational videos and links on his Facebook page, so you definitely want to check him out. And starting the 24-day challenge with him on Monday, as well as his boot camp. So if you're in the Orlando area, it's ibootcamporlando.com. He's an amazing guy. He's pretty funny too. And show him some love. Tell him I sent you. And definitely, if you want to do the 24-day challenge with me, just shoot me a private message, and I can definitely hook you up with that. And I'm going to post on Monday again, right before I start the 24-day challenge, and I will post my weigh-in, and I will give you updated saggy body pictures, and all that happy good stuff. So as usual, any questions, comments, compliments, concern, feel free to leave them in the comments section below, or you can always send me a private message. See you guys Monday.